I'm Mike B, and this is Who Dares Rolls, and here we are again with my shock horror, another board game review. Ah, yes. So today I will be looking at Die of the Dead from V8 Games, designer James Allen and Mark Stockton Pitt. This is recently was a Kickstarter. Has been hitting the UK and shores, and people have been getting their copies of it. And they were kind enough to send me a review copy of this, and thank you very much for doing that. So Die of the Dead is a 2 to 5 player dice game. We love a bit of dice, and it plays through in about an hour, maybe, depending on the player count. If it's a smaller player count, it will whiz through. And it's obviously based on the Mexican Day of the Dead, and I have to note the thing, when I look through the rulebook, I know they employed a cultural consultant in the design process of the game to make sure that was all culturally lovely. And we've got to say, it is a gorgeous, beautiful, colourful looking game. Aside from anything else, it evokes that Day of the Dead, that look. If you've ever seen it in the festivals or saw the Disney Pixar movie Coco, it's gorgeously lathered in all that, and it kind of just looks gorgeous on the table. You look at it and you're like, how does it play? So at the start of the game, depending on what really on the player count, it doesn't really change. You have the 4 caskets, which are really gorgeous looking bits of cardboardy casket stuff laid out on the board. Beneath them will be tiles, which give you the abilities of each of those caskets, and they stay the same every game. And then beneath that are other tokens that are placed on these 4 tiles. Depending on the player counts, how many tokens are available, you can only ever hold 2 of them at a time, and you will get them by doing different things. And those abilities of those is changeable. There is A and B sides to those. The A is what they say is the introductory game, and the B side gives them a little bit more spice. So the object of the game is to ascend your souls, or get one soul to the very top of the soul staircase, the stairway to soul goodness, which is on the table, represented by a lovely big cardboard set of staircases where you'll be placing your dice as you ascend them. Aside from that, you've got player boards on there where you prepare souls, which come from the pool of souls you have, and there's also a separate board with these 3 rather shiny, lovely, extra special dice, these wild dice, which have a skull, which represents any of the number that you wanted to do. Caskets are pre-filled with different dice to different players depending on the player counts, and the game is played in such a way is that essentially you choose a casket and you do what it says on it. Casket number 1 allows you to add up to 3 prepared souls or 1 free soul to this casket. If there's at least, then we check the casket. If there's at least 2 players' souls in this casket, we give it a shake. Enough that the subsequent shake, if there's in number 1 showing either any of those dice, then the casket moves. And what happens when they move is they shuffle down the row. The end one will pop round and come back at the start. Casket 2 is a very popular one, which allows you to prepare up to 2 souls, and they come off your pool of souls onto your board. Obviously, then we can make use of casket number 1 when we've done casket number 2. Then we give the old casket a shake. We compare souls, we look at the numbers on them, and the winner of that, the person with the highest number, the most of them, prepares a soul, which will go on our soul board in there. And then if a run is rolled, a number 1 is rolled, we give the caskets a little casket shuffle down the road again. Casket number 3 is a spicy little number. We give it a shake, open it up, and we have a look in there. All duplicate souls for each player are removed. They come out, they can only leave them 1 soul in there. And then the person who chose that will then take one of the tokens at the bottom of the board, and they will have, as I say, differing abilities, either allowing you to manipulate the dice numbers on there or other fun stuff, which you keep in front of you and can play when it dictates. And then finally, casket number 4, the exciting casket, is we give that a shake, we compare souls. The winner's souls, whoever those are, will be ascended. 2 of them, if they're in there, will be ascended up the staircase, and then the person who chose that then casket has the option of either giving them another move, they can gain a power soul, which is always useful. Not a power soul, a power soul, one of the special dice souls, or in fact ascend one of their own souls if it's in that casket onto the staircase. And when you're ascending souls, you have a choice of placing it in one of the 5 spaces in any staircase you've not already got a dice on, and they are icons on there that represent what you do. The only real tricky ones is that one will allow you to prepare souls, or they'll give you an extra special die if you land on pick that option, or tokens, or even a blank space. So with Casket 4, if you have chosen Casket 4, but yet someone else's souls win, you do at least get to place those souls, so you can, in theory, give them a lesser option. And play continues like that, essentially until one player's souls have eventually reached the top staircase, and whereupon they win the game. And that's it. So, Day of the Dead, it's really good fun. I really enjoy it. It's got everything in there that I love about a dice game. It's got the random. They've got dice being rolled. They're not technically rolling them as such. They're in the caskets being rolled. It's got hidden information, so you never. After a while, and with the casket, especially if a lot of casket shuffling is going on, you're never quite sure of how many souls or what in each casket. Now, obviously, some of the special abilities will allow you. Some of them allows you to peek in them. Some of them allows you to manipulate the dice. Some allow you to move them certain times. There's a lot more tactics come from those tiles, those counters that you get in the game. And with the variety of the A or B sides, it's nice just to spice it up a bit. Aesthetically, as I say, it's gorgeous. The dice are really nice, solid, chunky dice. They're all laser etched. They look lovely. The colourful is the key thing. It's just boom of colour on your table when this is going on. It's real sort of table presence, and it's just everything about it is just really entertaining and fun. It is random, it is chance, but there is some tactics to it. There is some skill, especially if you can sort of remember where the dice are, and it's kind of the case of shuffling to get them in the prime position, so that when you pick caskets, you'll get the maximum out of it and minimum death and destruction for you. And it's one of those that really initially seems a random fest, but actually the more you play it, there is definitely tactics to it, and you can start to sort of play that game, and it's fun. It's just fun. At the end of the day, it's not heavy. It's not really there. It's very easy to teach once you grok it, which is pretty quick. Component quality, as I say, is above the board really good. There's nothing really terrible in there. The staircase is nice and solid design and built. The caskets are really. I like the caskets. They look cool. They're on the table presence. They look really cool, and they're a nice toy factor. That nice sort of shake, and you can do stuff. It just adds a nice feel to all the components and the tactile joy of what you're doing. So yeah, I can't say anything really terrible about it. And I won't. I will bloody well won't. Day of the Dead, really good fun, really entertaining, sort of random, fun bit of game. If you like dice in your game, or you like the idea of the theming and the aesthetics of it, there is nothing really a dull note on any of this. It's not a deeply strategic game, but as a fun, about half hour, 45-minute play, and the plays that up to about 4 players as well. It is really a good opener to your games night, or good finish to your games night, and it's a great presence. It's something that people will see from a distance and go, "Oh, what's going on over there?" and come and have a look, because it looks bloody lovely. So I will unashamedly recommend this. We recommend this. We pitched a tent. I'm upstanding to attention. I loved Day of the Dead. I'm really interested to see what else comes next from VA Games, a UK publisher, and they've done a really good job first out the gate. This is the first Kickstarter, first published game, and to be honest with you, they've done a cracking job on it. So Day of the Dead comes highly recommended from us. Should be available from any of your friendly or not so friendly local or distant board game sellers. I've been Mike B, this has been Who Dares Rolls. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back soon with some irrelevant nonsense, I'm sure, of some nature or another. Until then, have a look at whatever else we're doing. There's stuff here. Or I'll catch you again, I'm sure, down the road. Stay safe out there. Thanks for tuning in, and good night for now.